Hello everyone, I'm Mark from Listen Up, and I'm here at the Listen Up showroom in Colorado Springs with Russell from Sony.
Hey everybody.
And we are going to do a rundown of the all-new Sony AZ7000ES AV receiver.
That's right. Yeah, we've got the flagship model here from Sony Electronics. This is our 13.2 channel 8K receiver, flagship model for this year, but we'll be also talking about the other ES receivers in the lineup.
Before we talk about the all-new 7000, Russell, give me a little background on the ES line from Sony, right? It's known as the premier line. It's been around for quite some time. It's got a reputation for pulling out all the stops when it comes to performance and capability for home theater and music, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know it's going to be great because it's a Sony product, but what makes it even better and more special is the fact that it's an ES product. ES dates back decades when the ES line really hit the market. In fact, 1965 was first ES products that hit the market. That was the TA-1120. It was an integrated stereo amplifier, one of the first in its class. It was the first transistor, all silicone-based stereo integrated amp. Since 1965, you saw products released from tape decks to tone arms to reel-to-reel recorders to CD players, projectors even, and of course our AV receivers. In fact, there was even a dedicated magazine to the ES product line throughout its history. And we've just continued that heritage, and we're very, very excited with the new ES receivers today.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. ES receivers, definitely premier performance from Sony, and we're going to look at we'll start with the 7000, but we'll kind of cover all the models in the new ES line as well.
Yeah, one great thing just to mention before we dive in, every time you see that ES badge, it represents a 5-year manufacturer warranty. So you know you're getting a quality product with the ES line.
Okay, the big story here then is ES is back. It's been 5 years since the last lineup, and what we have with the new ES is this completely reimagined, newer design where we're up in the level of performance and capability with the 7000, but all of the models in the lineup, right?
Absolutely. All the models are great, but really the 7000, bar none. I mean, this hits all those aspects that you're looking for in a good receiver. 13.2 channels, 8K, 4K, 120 HDMI inputs, multiple inputs that you can use.
150 watts per channel.
150 watts per channel and a 13 channel receiver. So a lot of power that you're looking for. Dual center channel speaker hookup.
Which you would need for?
Yeah, sort of for your larger screens. If you've got a massive television, or maybe it's a big projection system, and sometimes your center channel speaker is placed too low, sometimes it's placed too high, you have the ability to do two now for better imaging with the AZ7000 and with the 5000 series.
And dual subwoofer
outputs. Yeah, you've got your 13.2 receiver. In addition to all the speaker terminals and what you can hook up with a wire, let's say you weren't able to run wires to a certain location. Well, the new receivers are capable of using our wireless rear speakers and our wireless subwoofers, so you can pair those in the system as well too.
So with all those channels, you're getting that completely immersive sound, lots of realism.
Tons of realism, and quite the immersion.
For home theater and music as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with surround sound performance. What does the 7000 have that delivers that next level performance for surround?
That's a great question. 7000 really brings out all the new audio formats that we're listening to today, including Dolby Atmos, DTS-X, 360 reality audio. The AZ7000, as well as the other receivers in the lineup, all come with our auto calibration mic. Plug that in, measures the distances, measures the distance from your ears to where you're sitting, in relation to the speakers, input level, adjust all those different levels on those speakers for you. And then you also have that in combination with our 360 spatial sound mapping, also known as 360 SSM. But that truly delivers that immersive experience that we're looking for in the sound quality.
Okay, so if you don't have an acoustically treated room, or you do and you want to perfect it, those functions will ensure you're getting that high performance immersive sound.
Exactly. Yeah, 360 SSM will help create phantom speakers within the space where maybe you weren't able to wire for speakers in the ceiling. Gives you the ability to really create that object-based surround sound experience that we're all looking for in all different types of challenging spaces.
Okay, what about 8K and 4K content?
Yes, video, right? We've been talking about audio, now let's get to the video. These new receivers are jam-packed full of inputs that are compatible with 8K and 4K 120. The 7000ES has 7 HDMI inputs. You've got 4 8K capable inputs on the 7000ES receiver. And you've also got 2 HDMI outputs. Those outputs are also capable of displaying 8K resolution. With these inputs, you're going to get HDCP 2.3, you're going to have HDMI 2.1 compatibility. And this lends itself to gamers, right? You're talking about refresh rates, you're talking about ALLM, DRR. You connect your PS5 into one of the ES receivers and the motion's going to come across perfectly. Video's going to look great. You don't have to worry about any sort of lag for those gamers out there.
Okay, what about HDR?
HDR, you're absolutely covered.
So all the formats? I know there's a lot of different HDR formats.
Yeah. So like Dolby Vision, hybrid log gamma, HDR10, and even IMAX enhanced.
Let's dive a little deeper into sound quality. And listening to this, I definitely noticed some high performance in sound. Great detail across the highs and the mids. Lots of warmth, especially with vocals, and deep, punchy bass. I felt like I was hearing a high-end separate amplifier at times. Like this thing really has some good sound quality performance to it.
It really does, yeah. I mean, obviously we're talking 150 watts of performance here.
Yeah.
But really what the Sony engineers went back and did is started from ground zero with the new ES line. They wanted to make the chassis as rigid as possible so it could withstand those vibrations. And that way it eliminates any type of distortion or like resonance that you would find. So really rock solid chassis. The feet as well were also redesigned to help with that resonance. So,
and then just that 150 watts of power is going to drive a lot of detail, warmth.
Absolutely.
Give you a large sound stage.
Absolutely, yeah. The other components, I mean, there's multiple things that make up great sound quality. Another key thing that we did was, hand select the capacitors that were used in this. So we really have the ability to supply power where it's needed, especially on the deep bass that you're going to hear. We wanted to make sure that the sound quality is always there for you.
Yeah, it really sounds great. What about music connectivity?
We got you covered there. Bluetooth, got you covered, of course, for your Bluetooth connectivity throughout the entire lineup of the ES receivers. Wi-Fi enabled. And
is there an Ethernet connection, some wired connection?
There absolutely is, yeah. Anytime you can go wired for your internet connection, that's always going to be your best bet. Chromecast built in,
cool.
Spotify Connect, and Apple AirPlay 2.
So basically all of the streaming services covered.
You've got most of them there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And what about if you have like a Sonos system, for example? Does it integrate well?
Yeah, so one of the cool features with the new lineup of ES receivers is our Works with Sonos. And basically what that means is, let's say you have an existing Sonos system, or you're looking to maybe even purchase a Sonos system. Your controllability within inside that Sonos app, if you have a Sony ES receiver, it gives you the option to control that within inside that Sonos platform.
And what about some of the smart home automation systems, control systems?
So control systems like Control 4, Crestron, Savant, all of those are compatible with the entire lineup of the new ES line. In fact, that's a big part of the foundation of the ES is how well we integrate with our partners.
Seamlessly, right?
Exactly.
So the 7000 is the kind of the ultimate in AV receiver performance. 150 watts per channel, 13.2 channels. Made for like the reference grade theater, right? You want to pull out all the stops. But what about some of the other models in the ES lineup?
Sure. There's 3 other models in the ES lineup that bring that same level of quality that you'd expect with an ES receiver. And they fall at different price points, different tiers in terms of their capabilities. So depending on the feature set that you're looking for, there's going to be an ES receiver that's probably going to fit your needs.
Right, so if you don't require as many channels, you have a smaller room, you're looking for a lower price point, you've got a lot of different options so that you're not overdoing it as far as your needs go.
Yeah, so coming in at that lower price point is the AZ7000ES model. That's going to be a 7.2 receiver, 100 watts per channel. Very solid receiver, but it doesn't have some of the features that you get when you step up to like the 3000 series. The AZ3000ES, 120 watts. It's a 9.2 receiver, so more channels now, more wattage, more power, and a couple other cool features, including the on-screen GUI. You can also do the GUI from the front panel of the 3000. That feature is not available on the 1000. The STR-AZ7000ES, 130 watts by now 11 channels. It's an 11.2 channel receiver.
Okay.
So giving you a lot more power at a higher price point, but you have more functionality. And you also get pre-outs with the 5000 ES. That's where the pre-outs start. And then 7000 ES, of course, which we've already covered. So
Definitely good news if you're into reference grade home theater performance.
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, and I want to thank all of you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We have plenty of more video content coming. And if you're interested in the 7000 or any of the receivers in the new ES lineup, they'll be coming soon to listenup.com or any one of our showrooms. Thanks again.